welcome to our September Toonocalypse video diary. We've been well and truly working away for the past, since we last saw you, so the past month or so, really heavily into post-production and animation. We're really happy with the stuff we've got so far, and hopefully before Christmas time we're hoping to have a trailer cut together. It'll be a teaser sort of thing, maybe 40 seconds long, but it'll be the first time you'll get a chance to properly see some finished work of the film, so we're excited about showing you that. So today we wanted to have a look at the sort of hidden effects of Toonocalypse. Obviously we've got a lot of stuff that's really obvious, buildings blowing up and monsters and aliens running around. But there's a few things we had to do because of the way the film was shot, which you'll hopefully not notice, but are very important for the way the story's being told. So I'm going to show you some of them here. Okay, so here I am in After Effects, which is one of the programs I use for the majority of the visual effects in the film. And this is a scene that we filmed of our actor Matt, who plays Michael, and he is reacting to having a character sitting on his head. Now, obviously the character isn't there. Now the things you can see in this shot is the camera's moving quite a lot, we go in and out. So we're going to use a thing called motion tracking. Now there's a variety of options for motion tracking available to us, but for this one I'm going to use a technique called planar motion tracking, which tracks an area around a scene. So to do this I open up a program called Mocha that I have here. I simply take the video and I draw around Matt's face like this, and I tell the program to track his face, and it automatically does it. So as you see, the shape I drew is following him as the camera moves around, and we're getting really good information out of that. I've actually done one of these already, so I'll turn this off and I'll open up the one I've done. It's a bit more detailed and it's locked to his head completely. So when I export that, I will now have all the information that tells me where Matt's head is in the scene. The only other thing I need is this bit of animation. It's really simple, and I animated it with a still frame of Matt behind it. And you see the character moves, and he's in roughly the right place in the frame. But if I just brought this into After Effects and it sat there, it would very quickly move out of position, which I'll illustrate now. So I've brought the characters into After Effects now, and I've put him on top of Matt. And I've attached the motion tracking information. So if I take the character and I take away the motion tracking, you'll end up seeing that he just hovers in the same spot and isn't attached at all. So by bringing in the motion tracking information, you have the final shot, which this is currently a work in progress, but it looks like this. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you is something we've been using in the film quite a lot, and it's we've been calling it our hidden cuts. And it's come about because the style of the film is meant to look very handheld and amateur, and in those sort of situations people tend to just press record and leave it, so you end up with very long shots, which is quite unusual for a film. And filming with just continuous long shots is extremely difficult. And one of the problems we had, which is what I'm showing you in this scene here, is there's large amounts of time where a character is just travelling a distance if you don't turn the camera off, and it's really dull to watch. So in this scene we have Matt again, and he's standing looking out over Edinburgh, and then he turns round because he reacts to a tune, and the camera goes down to the grass, and then he arrives at the tune here. Now that all seems really simple, but in fact, if I bring up this map, Matt starts the scene over here by the Dougal the Stewart monument, looking out over Edinburgh, because that was where we could get the best view. And then for the end of the film we wanted the National Monument of Scotland over here to be the backdrop, so when the camera turns around, he's actually over here. So in this scene he goes from here to here in the amount of time it takes the camera to turn around, which is probably a distance of, I don't know, somewhere around 100 metres or so. You know, and we're looking at maybe 30, 35, 40 seconds of him just running across grass if we didn't do this technique, which would be extremely dull. So it's actually relatively simple in a shot like this. It's more complicated than others, but for this, we just have our two cuts. We have this one, which is him looking out over Edinburgh. He turns round and the scene fades out as the camera turns to the grass. And then at the other side of Carlton Hill, we have the other scene which starts in the grass and comes up to him running in to see the Toon, and you know, we just had to fade up between the two, and you can't see it, and I'll show you it just now. But it's a really useful technique for getting rid of some of the duller moments of just having a character travelling a distance.
So recently, as well as working on the actual film, we've been doing a few other things. And one of the things is setting up like a little Toonocalypse shops, so to speak. After the Kickstarter ended in March, we had quite a lot of people get in touch with us asking if they could donate money. Obviously some people want to get involved with some of the perks like posters and being in the film and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately the way Kickstarter works is that once you make your money, that's it. There's no other way to then follow donate or something. So what we've been working on is we set up a little shop on Toonocalypse.com, and essentially what it is that we've taken all the exact same perks from the Kickstarter and for the same amount, so we'll not try to rip you off, and they're completely transferable to the site, so if you want to give either as much or as little as you want, you can.
Well, we have a few options available. All the perks from the Kickstarter are there, so you know it's at £20 adopt an alien sort of thing. There's also a donate button which allows you to donate to the film without, it's the equivalent of the less than £5 or less donation we had in the Kickstarter. So if you want to, if you just want to be involved but don't want any of the perks, that's also fine. There's an option for that. The shop's also going to be, it'll change over time because we're going to be adding things as we make them. So when posters become available, you'll be able to buy them directly from the shop. Just kind of other little merchandise pieces, and probably the film eventually. But we'll have to talk about that more.
So also, I was going to say, one of the things we had in Kickstarter is that there was a set limited number of things. So there's not really that barrier as such.
Yeah, there are certain things that will be limited, and we'll just. Once the limit is reached, we'll take that perk off the website so that it's not possible to pledge for something that you can't actually get. So, yeah, as Cal says, visit Toonocalypse.com. It's all up and running. It'll be the homepage, I think. We'll make it the homepage for now. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting and educational. And I'm not sure what we'll be covering next time. We're starting to get to a point where there's a lot more to show for what we've done, so we can look more into the fun side of the visual effects, or we can maybe try and look at the music, depending on where that's at, or maybe even sound design. So plenty more to talk about, and we will see you next month.